rule if we're going to survive here. So that's the most important thing we can do here is just realize that it's a quest for happiness. Okay, that's what, and it is selfish. So I'm about everybody saying, yes, I want to be selfish here. I want to be happy. And I know that the way to do that is to please him, and that means I've got to embrace humanity as a whole, not leaving any single one of them out, because that's like leaving Jesus out. Okay, if you do that, he said, whatsoever we do or fail to do for the least of these, you have done or failed to do for me. So everything I try to teach is biblically based. I just want to edify properly. I don't want any BS out there. Okay, I don't want any pseudo teaching, because I'll answer to him. The scriptures say that we will answer for every careless word we have spoken. Our own governor here in California is talking like an a-hole, I got to tell you. This idea, I mean, he's putting out like he's so self-righteous. We will not get rid of our sanctuary. Hey, listen, I'm the guy that was telling Trump he's got to embrace it. We got to let everybody that's here stay unless they're a really bad criminal. That's been my side of this whole thing all along, and I'm against the wall and all that. I say just take away the incentives. Say there's no value. You're not coming here and getting welfare just because you got kids or you're pregnant or whatever. No. We're going to help repatriatize you to the country you came from, and we're going to confront your bureaucrats, your politicians, your rulers to fix this problem at home. And that's the best thing we could do for you. Okay, that's what we need to do. Let's get real. Let's be honest. There are solutions in our face all the time, but people are rejecting them. And my own governor's acting like a pseudo-intellect. But I resent the implication that I'm not the compassionate one when I've been preaching for decades to just end homelessness here. Fix the problem here before you start inviting all these people in and then call me the guy, that bad guy, the incompassionate guy. I don't want to hear that crap. I don't care who you are. Okay, Governor, I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's a president. I don't care. Emperor of the freaking planet. Nero, Hitler, I don't care who you are. But let's make one thing perfectly clear. I am the compassionate guy. I'm the bleeding heart liberal. So don't tell me I'm bad for saying it's wrong that we take in all the immigrants in the world and not look after our own people first. That's stupid. That's illogical. That's immoral. It's unethical. It's ungodly. So get it to your heads. I know what I'm talking about. I resent the implication to tell me I'm some kind of a xenophobe or racist. Let's get real here. It's very upsetting. I'm sorry I'm ranting, okay? But I'm angry, okay? I'm infuriated. It's called righteous indignation. I don't like it. I don't like to walk around with it. And I need to get it off my chest occasionally. I never know when it's going to come up, okay? But it comes up at times like that. When I think about how sick it is that anybody's going to tell me I'm wrong and I'm a big meanie for saying that we shouldn't bring all the people in the world in here, illegal or what otherwise, okay, when we've got our own desperate people, okay, dying. Does it get more serious than that? Can I make my point more clear than that? That's the reality here, folks. I'm incensed. I'm tired. This pimple has come to a head, and it's bursting, and I'm glad, thank God. And everybody's got to get it. Liberals, all you that claim that you're liberal, all you that claim you're communist, all you that claim you're capitalist. Well, I'll tell you what, man, this goes out to every one of you. You better be real. That's it, man. And I'm not your judge, but you better be real. If you're going to save your soul from hell, you better be real. You better be genuine, you better be sincere, and you better be on the side of humanity as a whole. That's it. Because I believe in fixing problems, not sustaining the problems, not giving the problem sustenance by subsidizing the problem and making it worse, like that hole in the gas tank spilling out the fuel. The hole just keeps growing, and they keep on putting more and more gas in it, at my expense, at your expense, and especially at the people paying the ultimate price, dying out on the street and getting paid the national debt, getting paid through the collateral, okay, that we owe that person, because otherwise they got to live to old age, right? They'd get Social Security, okay? That's what would happen. Let's get real here. I'm sick and tired of this mess. If we didn't have welfare recipients, is it or is it not true that we wouldn't need welfare workers. Just making some very honest points here. So there's going to be a lot of joblessness if we fix our problems. If we didn't have debtors, we wouldn't need creditors. Okay, are we all honest about all you lenders out there? Are you all honest with yourselves? You Henry Stinkbutts of the world, you vulture capitalists? If we didn't engage in dubious warfare, we wouldn't live in fear of dubious war. It's flagrant hypocrisy for people that don't that believe they're the deceivers and they're worthy to be the deceivers, the hypocrites, and the elitists out there, the rulers of the people. Okay, you're going to hell. I promise you, you will go to hell. I mean, I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you, you need to repent. Okay, repent of your hypocrisy because it's flagrant. And everybody's going to start seeing through it more and more. And the righteousness, word of God, that the harvest is coming down. And it is sharper than any double-edged sword. And if you didn't make it to this side, the side of righteousness, you're going to the side of unrighteousness. That's where hell is. And believe me, just because you just squeaked into hell, you just missed the righteous boat, doesn't mean that you're going to get the rule down there. No, it doesn't, man. It's going to be the worst guys. So this thing is of utmost importance, utmost seriousness, that we all understand what I'm trying to convey and impart to humanity as a whole. Well, I see I've got about 4 minutes left on my tape, so I can't talk much more, but I want to go through a few thoughts I've had this past week. The wall with Mexico, I would call a wall of humiliation. That's the best thing that can come of this thing. Collective human trauma and empowerment. That's the good part about the collective trauma. We're going to be empowered. With knowledge is power, right? So this collective trauma we're experiencing with the internet, computer age, is something we must face, okay? It's unpleasant. It's painful and difficult, but we've all got to understand it's the only way out is by confronting it. We've got to know that individuality and inequality are two entirely different animals. No man is above believing a lie. Obama, Bush, and Clinton got Trump elected, not Putin. How do you like that? Their policies. Oh, irony writ large. President Trump is a communist. What's bugging you? Your very conscience is being assaulted. That's what's bugging you and me. Rule for the coming age. People must be free. Remember, not some people, all of us. It can't be about your own personal self-interest. Say, oh, my taxes are going to go down. That's good for me. And screw everybody else. No, you can't do that. Disambiguating capital and revealing the source thereof. Like I did earlier, God is the source of all capital. That's a word that's truly intrinsically valuable. It came from above. And everything that we do came from above. Our brain came from above. Our hands and feet, everything that we have created came from God because He gave us the wherewithal. They've stolen our wealth by appealing to our love of money. Do we not have a right to survive? Cognitive dissonance. Oh, please, folks, look up this term, cognitive dissonance. I was reading it. Look on Wikipedia and read about this. It's fascinating stuff. This is largely what I see going on all these demonically possessed, apparently demonically possessed protesters. This is hugely cognitive dissonance. Read about that. It gives you some real psychological insights. You can be smarter than a psychiatrist if you read this stuff and understand it. Really, mull it over. But this is what's going on. Cognitive dissonance. It's a term I never bothered to even look up. I thought I understood it, but it's very intriguing. This is an economic paradigm that breeds and barfs fear. Poverty, the premier, age-old, single most effective form of oppression, is induced poverty. That's how they oppress people. Term du jour, cognitive dissonance. I knew I wanted to talk about that. We've got to let go of our anger or let it destroy us. We do. One way or another, we've got to ask God for help. We've got We've got to focus it and be tactful about how we release this righteous indignation on the right culprits, the right source, the right causers of our problems. To me, survival of civilization means weaning ourselves off money. Yes, I believe that. And if communism was a viable political philosophy, okay, it would be a lot more successful, but it's a big failure. And the only ones selling it are crony capitalist fascist liars. Effective chain reaction inflation in reverse. That's what sound economic policies will bring you. There's more than one way to skin an oppressor. Support your local mechanic, drive an old car, right? Without old cars, there'd be an awful lot of mechanics out there that'd be out of work, wouldn't there?